Hello everybody, this is the third video in this series, the 7-part series on spirituality for beginners. So in this video we are going to talk about prayer, sacred texts, and sacred spaces. I don't imagine this one will be as long because personally I don't do a lot with it, right? So let's start with prayer. So a lot of people, to practice spirituality, pray. I do pray, but I pray to the universe, not to a god, not to all the gods. I pray to the universe, right? And I do that in different ways. When I'm just sitting with a candle and meditating, I'll say a prayer. If something goes wrong, I'll say a prayer. If somebody asks for blessings, I will say a prayer. I use it in my life as needed. Let's put it that way, okay? And I try to say a gratitude prayer every day. And that is really, it's just giving thanks and saying thank you and to the universe for everything that the universe provides, right? So I do believe in the universe. That is my belief. That is my God per se. So yeah, so the universe is my God. And so that's where that goes for me. Now, many people pray, they all get together and, they go to a church or whatever and they pray. And, or they pray at home, or they pray to a certain god or something. I do not, but many people do, right? So, there's gods, there's goddesses, there's one god, there's Buddha, the list goes on and on. They can pray to an object, they can pray to a crystal, they can pray, whatever. There are so many different beliefs. I could be here forever, right? But just know it's an individual choice, okay? So you decide what's important to you. You decide who you want to pray to, okay? If you want to pray at all. So you decide that, okay? And incorporate that in your spirituality. And I do it as needed, like I said, if anything is happening and I want to put a blessing on something, or if I want to say I'm grateful for something, or if I want help with something, I will pray, okay? And then sacred texts. So sacred texts could be the Bible, could be the Quran, could be whatever, any kind of other organized religion, book, whatever they use. Maybe, I don't know, there's so many, right? There's just so many. There's no way that I could list them all, right? There's just so many. So whatever that sacred text is, I just can't think off the top of my head here, but there is so many of them, right? And, and you take it seriously, and it means something to you. It has meaning in your life. That's what makes it sacred, right? It has meaning, it's important to you, and it's something that you believe in your core, okay? So it has the values that you understand and respect. That is sacred text, in my opinion, okay? So, it doesn't matter necessarily what it looks like or what it is. It doesn't have to be a book. It could be a paper, it could be a carving of something, a scroll, it could be anything, right? So, so to me, if you follow the Bible, if you read the Bible, that's the easiest, most known is probably the Bible. And, a lot of people live by what the Bible says. and they go to church every week, and they hear sermons from the Bible. And I mean, I was raised Catholic. That's what I did. I did it for many, many years, and I tried to go back to the religion because I was missing that community in my life. And I tried to go back, and it didn't work out for me. But I still have a belief. I just don't have necessarily a sacred text, right? And prayer to me is very important, but not necessarily a specific sacred text, okay? Then we get into sacred spaces. So to me, and like again, this is all just my opinion and just what I do, right? Sacred spaces to me would be my altar, right? Wherever I decide to put my altar, you know, and wherever I am doing a ritual would be a sacred space. You can create a sacred space in a minute, or you can create it over years, right? It can still be a sacred place. Other people find that, you know, different countries are sacred places. You know, different different temples would be sacred places, different churches, different rooms in your house might be a sacred place. There's burial grounds that are sacred spaces, you know? So all kinds of things like that, right? So what is your sacred space, you know? Maybe graveyards here are sacred space as well, you know, where you go to talk to your loved ones, you know, that have passed. So yeah, so there's all kinds of sacred spaces, and you know, I like to create an altar, and I like to put certain things in my altar, and just admire it, you know. And then if I want to have a ceremony of some kind, then I use my altar stuff, right? And I give thanks at my altar, and yeah, it's just part of what I do, right? I am solitaire as I practice witchcraft. I'm definitely a solitaire witch. I don't have a coven, and I don't want one, you know. This is just how I practice, and I'm happy with it, right? But some people want to have a coven, and maybe that's their sacred space, you know? So everybody's different, right? And you don't need to be a witch to be spiritual. Don't get me wrong, right? You definitely don't need that at all, okay? I'm just a human being having a human experience, that's all, right? And I'm an everyday person. And yes, I have, you know, some things that I do a little bit different than other people, and that's it, you know. Maybe different beliefs about a few things, but all that does is just make me unique, right? It doesn't make me not human, and it doesn't make me spiritual or not spiritual. That is a choice I make, okay? I know a lot of witches who are not spiritual, and a lot of supposedly spiritual people who I don't believe are, okay? So, you know, it takes work to work on your spirituality. And it, like I said, it's not, you know, 1, 2, 3, and you're done, and that's it. Now I'm a spiritual person. It's a practice. And the reason they call it a practice is because you continue to practice, to grow, to evolve, to make it important in your life. So yeah. So anyway, so as far as spirituality, you can or cannot incorporate prayer. You can incorporate sacred texts, or you can incorporate sacred spaces. And that's entirely up to you, my dear. So have a listen, see what you think, do some research. There's lots and lots and lots of research out there, and decide if this is something you want to put into your spiritual life, okay? So this is just how I use it. So anyway, have a wonderful day. We will talk again soon. Blessings, my dear.